how has that delay gone down in Westminster?
Well, good morning to you, Belle. I think we heard it there in Evelyn's report. It's despair on all sides. Of course, exactly what type of despair probably depends on what Brexit camp you're in. But there was huge criticism for Theresa May in the House of Commons from all parties about her strategy to walk the country all the way to the edge and then step back. Criticism, too, from the Speaker of the House. But as we heard there, Theresa May saying that actually MPs have to realise they share in some of the responsibility for Britain being at this stage. And of course, for now, the political stalemate continues. But there was one other interesting voice in all the political circus that we saw yesterday, a voice we really haven't heard anything from of substance over the last 2 years. David Cameron has become quite the political recluse since he left office, having lost the referendum, the big gamble the biggest gamble that ended his political career. But he says at this stage he still has no regrets.
Calling a referendum, Mr. Cameron?
Mr. Cameron,
you don't? Because I don't regret calling a referendum. I made a promise in the election to call a referendum, and I called the referendum. Obviously, I'm very concerned about what's happening today, but I do support the Prime Minister in her efforts to try and have a close partnership with the European Union. That's the right thing to do, and she has my support.
where should Britain go?
Well, Theresa May has now gotten away from this political circus. She's headed off on a whistle-stop tour of European capitals, trying to get their support, some concessions. I think she might get a more sympathetic ear from them, but that doesn't mean that they'll give her what she wants or what she needs.
And it's not just Theresa May's deal that she's trying to save, it's potentially also her political career, her leadership. Where are we on that leadership challenge?
I think on that front, the stalemate goes on. And there's two ways in which Theresa May's career could be toppled. There's a motion of no confidence in her government, which Labour had threatened had she lost the vote due to take place today. They said they won't do that now because most likely they haven't got the numbers. And then there's the rebels within her own party who've been agitating throughout this whole process. But they too don't have the numbers to trigger the process in which she would have to defend her leadership. And of course, they have to pick their moment wisely, not least because removing Theresa May would be hugely disruptive to this whole process where time is pretty precious. And if they take that gamble and lose, well, then the constitution of the Conservative Party protects her from any further leadership challenge for a further year. So the fudge continues.